All right. Welcome to another episode of the One-on-One podcast. My name is Joshua Katz. If you guys have not joined us before, welcome. We are so excited to have you. I am joined, as always, by my two partners, Ryan Esteban and Kathy Baker. Guys, welcome.
Thank you. This is 35. How could they have not joined us by now?
I know.
I mean, how do you skip 35 episodes, right?
Can I ask you both,
won't.
Does it feel like more or less, or does that feel like the right number?
Less. I'm not having to edit where I screw up, so I'm going to say less.
Yeah, I think if you
all
ask
blur
Ryan, it probably
together.
feels more.
They all blur together at this point.
Yeah.
But it's always
So
a fun time.
I got to see both of you last week in California, which was so exciting.
Mhm.
So do you have new tats?
No, I figured this was going to come up in this episode. This is probably the first episode in 35 episodes that I've worn short sleeves.
Okay.
And it's 100 degrees in Southern California right now, and that's the only reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure if there's something new and exciting that I'm on it and but you know that I'm
They're all the
aware.
same.
Okay. So I'm kind of excited today
Okay. Why are you excited, Kathy?
because of who our guest is.
Would you like to introduce him? Because I know he's a dear old friend of yours.
He is. We go way back. And I would love to introduce him. Just someone that I admire and respect so much and have for many, many years, Robb Spearman.
Mm-hmm.
He is from the Heartland. And I can't say that with more passion because he has more heart than anyone I know. Tremendous experience in the real estate industry, tremendous experience in the people industry. When we tell you how his role has evolved within our brand, you will see that. I will just start out by saying, Robb, welcome. Tell us a little bit about you, but in the initial, you are primarily responsible for regional development, for franchise growth, regional development in the Heartland. So speak a little bit about that and tell us a little bit about who you are.
Absolutely. Well, Josh is my hero with those tats. I want some. I love it. They look great.
Thanks, Rob.
Need to wear short sleeves more often. So I've been in the real estate world for 30 years. So I'm 59, and I started in mortgages and went to selling real estate back in the early 90s. With that, I opened and operated a independent real estate brokerage and converted that to another national known franchise brand, and did real well with that and sold it. And this was in 2016 when I sold it, but I really missed the agents and I missed real estate a lot. And when the opportunity came about with Realty ONE Group, I really, at first I turned it down. I had Eddie Sturgeon called me and wanted to come visit with me, and I just said no, I just can't get back in. But as I started to really look into Realty ONE Group, and mind you, this is January of 2018, I just fell in love with it. It was something that I really missed, and it was just exactly what I wanted. So it was pretty excited about it. And at that time, we're only in 17 states. Maybe 100 offices, but 30 of them were just in the process of getting opened, and 70 of them were opened. And out of those 70, 23 was Coupa's offices in Phoenix and in Las Vegas area. So it's been great to see that. Well, we're 450 offices, 49 states, 16 countries. So it's a remarkable ride.
So if I may ask, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, and Josh, I'm so excited. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
If I can ask a question, and I'm assuming that you were not disenchanted, but at the time you sold, you needed a break and you were ready to get out. And clearly as a young man, you weren't done. But what was the allure? What was the thing? You said no first, but what you were really saying was not yet. And when you came back around, what was it that made you think this is it? Because I was kind of like that. I was out of it and just kind of like, I need a break. And what was that one thing that you went, you know what? This this is going to gain traction. This is the it.
It is. No, I said no several times. And then my wife, Sock, pushed me into looking at it. She says, just take the time to look at it. And what I liked about it was privately owned. So I really like that instead of a corporate shareholder company. That was very important to me. I like the idea of the 100% and an agent transaction fee. I like the idea that the agents can run their business. They can brand themselves. And as a brand, we're there to support them and create an environment to empower them to grow. And it really fit exactly what I'm about, what I really believe in. But a lot of people can, write words or have slogans and things like that, but you could really sense it. When I went to California and I met Cuba just for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, that was it. I could tell right away. And the leadership team there. And that was at that old location, that the original location. So it was the value of the meeting. Everyone knew who the customer is, who the client is, the real estate professional. It just lined up tremendous. And the opportunity. I mean, to have a chance, at my age, you kind of look at, well, this will probably be my last business in my career. And you're really known for what you do last. So I wanted to make darn sure who I was going to do it with really had a solid belief. They had the love for people. They had the desire and the passion to help agents grow, to help owners grow, to change lives. And they just didn't talk about it, but they really mean it. It wasn't about spreadsheets and numbers and awards. It was about people. And Realty ONE Group is absolutely that.
Rob, I love what you just said. What you do last is what you're known for. I think that's great. I want you to kind of explain, because in 5 years, I didn't realize that you joined in 2018. So you, me and Kathy are all very similar. I was the end of 2017. I know Kathy was the end of 2017 too. So we actually all joined at a very pinnacle time in this brand. We joined right at the beginning of this massive growth. And so I know you have you've really, really, really taken this brand as your own in the last 5 years. And I know now you are doing so much more than what you started out as in 2018. So I'd love for you to kind of explain what you came in to do and kind of the steps that you've taken and where you're at now with the responsibilities that you hold in your market.
So I had a unique opportunity to have a region in the states of Iowa, Nebraska, and the greater Kansas City area, Lawrence, St. Joseph area. And what that is I look for candidates to award franchises to, and then I consult with them and help them grow their offices. With that, in my local town, West Des Moines, Iowa, is a good friend of mine, Adam Grubb, was looking at opening a Realty ONE Group office, and it just kind of made sense that both of us did that together. So him and I own an office in West Des Moines with, I think today we just hit 190 agents. And Adam's a tremendous business partner. He's a third generation builder. They build nearly 300 homes here in the Des Moines area and Cedar Rapids area. So I have that. My wife's from Singapore, and so we purchased a master franchise from Realty ONE Group, and we're taking the brand there, and we're looking for owners who want to wrap themselves around this great culture that we have, the connection, the commissions, the community, and all what we do. So that's it's kind of a multifaceted in a way.
It stretches from Iowa to Singapore.
Yes. A lot of space in between.
Yeah.
So what's your total agent count? How many total agents? You've got 190 at Impact. What for the region?
We have 450.
Congratulations.
We have some great owners here, some hard workers, and some just fabulous owners in this region that really are dedicated. They come out to Summit. They're at base camp. They bring agents out. It's really some remarkable people.
I think
You could not have said that better. Just an amazing work ethic. We had the opportunity to go there last summer, actually about a year ago, and deliver some training, and it was just phenomenal. Just so exciting.
I mean,
Yes,
what Robb just said is so, we all are fortunate to get to spend, a lot of time with Robb at different events and that sort of thing. But Robb, I've said this to you, but I'm going to say it to our listeners and viewers. Ryan and I and the rest of our team absolutely love what you and your team does because you make our lives very easy. And I'm not calling out some of the other franchise owners or managers at this company, but you know how to operate your business. You know how to operate your social media. You know how to use digital marketing. You know how to use all of these things. And it's such a relief for us. I just have to throw that out there.
Agreed.
And, I want to piggyback on that because he and I do have we've got a long-standing friendship and a long-standing relationship. But I actually joined in 18. I found out later, I went back, it was 18, not 17. Okay. So after Robb, but years ago, in a previous brand, Robb was one of the people, because of exactly what you just said. He was one of the people that we always took our programs to. He vetted them. We had him, we would say, what do you think of this? Because of what you just said. He does things right. It's that Midwestern, work ethic and take time to think things through. And we really, really appreciate that. I want to go back and just highlight something that you said, because I want to make sure our viewers and listeners really get their head around something that you said and just kind of reframe it, if I may. And you said that one thing that attracted you was that Kuba and team understood who the customer is. And when you're with an organization that is driven by realtors, as Kuba is, and has aligned himself with a lot of people that understand real estate, decisions and everything becomes about the stakeholder and not the stockholder. And I think a lot of companies go sideways when they become confused over who their customer is. And so I really appreciate you saying that. I also want to take a moment to say Ryan and Josh and that entire team understands that. So I think so much of the branding and so much of the messaging conveys that so clearly, which I think has been a big part of our ability to attract the right talent and to make sure that we were bringing people on board at leadership level, at affiliate level, when you sell franchises, at agent level, when we attract professionals that are in sales, is just really that platform, and that solid foundation is that of a stakeholder mentality.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's definitely real. That's for sure.
I mean, Robb, I want to kind of talk about, you also have this, you can even hear it in your voice. You have this very calming demeanor, but yet you bring so much excitement to this brand. And I kind of want to know, I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but like, what's the secret sauce? Like, how do you stay so calm, but have such, pride in what you do and passion and, yeah.
Great question.
I don't see myself as being too calm, but I'm very excitable. I think it's just a mindset. I work hard at it, but it's, I really just focus on, I stay in the lane. I remove anything that's negative in the world. Not try to say anything negatively or, just a very positive attitude. It's a little bit hard to explain. I don't worry too much what the competition's doing. I'm aware of what they do, but I really don't care. And I just focus on what I want to accomplish is how I can help agents, how I can help owners, how I can help them grow and have a better life. And that's success. So I just hyper focusing on that. And really business, selling real estate, it's really a game. It's a serious game. It really is. But if you're going to play the game, or you're going to play go on the journey, you might as well have fun with it.
I love it.
There are going to be challenges and obstacles out there. And it was something I had to learn and develop. I mean, I can remember, 20, 25 years ago when I had an independent brokerage, something would come up and I would freak out about it. Like, oh my God, what do I do? Well, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't in a franchise, so I had no one to talk to.
Right.
So, but then I learned if you just stay positive and you look at what's good, you can make things better. And it's just a lot more fun.
Well, I don't think we'll ever have to worry about Robb becoming complacent.
Yeah.
I think one thing I love about you, Robb, is you're always learning. You have such a passion to learn. Yet what is unique, and I've never thought about this, Josh, but what's really unique is he doesn't show that competitive nature. Now, he gets Duke and Carolina mixed up, but I love him enough that I forgive him of that. But he'll constantly call me and say, now you're a Duke fan, right? And it kind of makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. But I love him. I love him beyond that. But very competitive. Wouldn't you say you're very competitive yet strategic? If I had to describe him, I would say extraordinarily strategic, which is that's leadership. That's a winner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am competitive and strategic. You know me well, Kathy. Yes. Yes.
As a matter of fact, I'd love to bring some of that to a future episode.
Well, you kind of stole the words out of my mouth, Kathy. So we are going to bring Robb back, and we would love to really pick your brain. And this was a bird's eye view. Like, let's get to know Robb Spearman. And now we kind of want to really see how you tick and how you have made over 400 agents successful. And we're going to bring that to this podcast, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely. It'll be fun. I'm enjoying myself.
Can we take it out with your question?
God, Kathy, it's like you're reading my mind right now. I was going to say, do you want to ask him the question?
In your head. I'm going to crawl out of your brain for a minute. I'm sorry.
Do you want me to ask or you?
You.
Okay. So
I got one too once you're done, Josh.
Okay. So Robb, we like to just do a couple curveball questions at the end. And so I'm going to ask one and then we'll end with Ryan. But so if one of your close friends, family members, colleagues were to describe you as an animal, what would be the animal and why?
Oh, that's a good question. I really don't know. I don't know if it would be a golden retriever, a rabbit. I don't know.
Oh,
I've never thought of that.
We've had a couple.
I want to be a bear. I like the Chicago Bears.
I like
or
that.
A cub. About the Cubbies.
That's a good answer.
I don't know what they would say.
I think mine was golden retriever, wasn't it, Kathy?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, what's your question?
All right. So this is a new one that we're going to add into the mix a little bit. So Robb is the first. And I think going off of into just getting to know Robb in this episode, I mean, for us, again, knowing him for a long time, me especially, like I've been with the company since 2013. And I remember like when Robb first came in with like the franchises that were coming in, because I was doing the media days. And like, I think one of the things that stuck out to me is just like, Robb's always been the same, regardless, like even from back then till now, like the enthusiasm, seeing him at all the events and just seeing like him come back, like every now and then when we would have trainings again, because he's there with another franchise that he signed, or, he's starting to get into the international market. Like it's so awesome to just see that growth. And I just want to know from Robb, like, what would you say is that one moment you can pick out in your time here at the Realty ONE Group that's been the most memorable for you? And why is it when you were in the fashion show at Summit last year?
Why? What was what now?
What's been like the most memorable moment you've had so far in your time with the Realty ONE Group? And why is the answer when you were a part of the fashion show last year?
Oh, well, the fashion show is always a blast.
Please, Ryan, please, we add the clip to the end of this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, there were some moves busted that just kind of surprised me. I'm just going to.
Yeah, well, I'm not debonair, so I don't quite have a catwalk or a I don't know what guys would be, what you'd call it, but the walk. So I might as well have fun with it.
Oh, that's great. And also, please join us, because we are going to bring Robb back for a couple more episodes. And yeah, we're gonna get down and dirty on some nitty gritty stuff. So thank you for joining us as always, Robb. Thank you so much. We really, really, really appreciate it. And Kathy and Ryan, you guys are the best.
Thank you. Thanks, Robb.
Thank you very much.
We thank you for joining us today on another episode of One on One, a Realty ONE Group podcast. We are powered by One.u and ask if you have suggestions, recommendations, or questions, please email learning@realtyonegroup.com. And remember, pay close attention to the details, listen to understand, not respond, and always be a resource, not a sales pitch.